Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Hyde and Closer. It's Volume 1, and it's from Visit Shonen Sunday Line. Uh, it's art and stories by a guy named Haro Aso. Now, Hyde and Closer is basically your typical buddy battle type story. If you're familiar with things like Zach Bell or Rose and Maiden is another example. This is basically that type of a story. The only difference is this has to deal with guys with toys. I guess is a good way to describe it. Guys with like dolls or things like that. Because normally dolls are reserved for like the girls. Now, Closer is basically your typical weak kid. He always avoids conflict. He avoids being put on the spot, I guess you can say. Because there was a part early in the story where they were playing baseball at gym, and he didn't want to. The bases were loaded, and they needed a grand slam to win. So, Closer basically faked an injury, so this way he wouldn't have to play. And then the person next was the player from the baseball team, so that team won. So, like all the kids basically really look down on Closer. They think he's like a coward type thing. Now, what's going on in the story is Closer has a grandfather who's basically like a sorcerer, and he's like the greatest sorcerer of them all. Well, 6 years ago he went missing, and then that part of his life was basically kept secret. Well, his grandfather knew something was up, because what he did was he left Closer a stuffed teddy bear named Hyde, and Hyde is basically his guardian angel. When when the other sorcerers decide to basically attack Closer, because they know that if they can eat his beating heart, then what will happen is they'll gain like ultimate power type thing. So the sorcerers are now starting to go after him, and the only reason why I should probably say the only reason why they're going after him specifically is because the legend is if you eat the beating heart of a living descendant of the great sorcerer, then that's what happens. So he's basically got a big target on his back. So what's kind of cool about this one is like these toys are really demonic looking. See, like for an example, they got the sharp teeth. They look, really evil. And like this one's got two sets of mouths. He's got a mouth on the nose and mouth on the regular mouth type thing. And it's kind of like twisted in that they're using knives and things like that to try to kill each other. Now, with Hyde has like basically magic infused inside of him, so this way he can become alive. And the object is inside each doll. There's like a device or a binding thing item, and if you can destroy that, whatever that is, like for an example, like I said, it's like chicken foot, bone, rock, something like that. You can destroy it, then the stuffed animal is destroyed, or the doll is destroyed. Now, they all have different power-up type attacks, and Hyde's attack is kind of cool, but the problem is it's behind his back, and as you can see here, he can't reach it because of the zipper. His arms are too short. So Hyde has to get Closer to come up and unzip his back, which is difficult because Closer is such a coward. Well, lucky for Hyde and Closer, he gets the balls and he finally decides to do something, and he unzips him. And what's actually kind of cool is Hyde's special attack is the Texas Chainsaw, which is a complete homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I thought that part was really cool. So, and then Hyde quickly destroys the other doll. Now from there, it's basically going to follow your repetitious type story where every chapter there's going to be a new featured monster of the week type thing, I guess you can say. And along those lines, Hyde is trying to teach Closer how to become a sorcerer and become stronger. At the same time, Hyde's trying to get Closer confidence. Closer gets into situations where he's separated from Hyde, but they can still hear each other. And Hyde will say things like, I believe in you, like trust you, you can do it. And then that gives Closer the strength, to do what he needs to do to get out of trouble. Now, overall, I can say I enjoyed the story. I thought it was kind of fun. It's kind of entertaining, but I don't know if I'm going to like it in the long haul. I can already tell how it's going to develop because looks like he's developing friends, and the friends are obviously going to help him out during bigger battles. And there's like a twist at the end of this chapter, which I kind of figured, whatever. I'm not going to spoil it, but that twist is not going to come about. They'll do something to, basically save the day. Overall, I can't really say I'd recommend this outright because it's, if you're looking for a great story in terms of great characters, great dialogue, you're not going to get it. If you're looking for something that's something easy to read, something that just has some action, some comedy every now and then, and you're going to see character growth where you're going to go from a character who's got no backbone to somebody who's actually going to become really strong, then this is going to be something for you. I'll probably get at least another couple volumes before I make a decision for sure whether or not I'm going to get rid of it or not. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it on the side. And if you could have a demonic toy, what would you choose? Personally, I would go for Mr. Pooh. Mr. Pooh is a Dr. Slump character, and I think this would be awesome, watching him run around killing people with knives and forks and things like that, because he's Pooh. Hank Pooh at that. Subscribe to the channel, and until next time.